On Lil Boosie's latest appearance on VladTV, he was asked about YFN Lucci's case and his overall view on snitching. He said real niggas are gonna do what real niggas do and gave YFN Lucci a lot of credit for not snitching.
Which is pretty amazing.
Nah, it's just real. When you ain't even know, it's just when you real, you real. This ain't amazing. It's just the world that made it look like amazing when you do real shit.
But he also was dropping some gems. He said the police want you to snitch mainly because they know if you snitch and you get thrown back on the streets, that somebody is probably going to kill you or you're going to do something dumb and end up back in jail anyways. He went into detail how he finds it really interesting how in these big hip hop cases when they're snitches, that these people aren't protected like the mob snitches are. For instance, Sammy the Bull. Sammy the Bull is given a new social security number. He's obviously in protective custody, moved to another state, and has eyes on him at all time. He's like a whole different person, whole new name, whole new everything. But when it comes to snitches in these hip hop cases, they're just thrown back on the streets because the police know they're probably going to either return to jail or end up dead. He was dropping some bars. One quotable in particular, he said, they're killing two birds with one stone. Because one thing the police knows, they knows there are street codes. So if you live by the streets, you will die by the streets most likely. Now I will say there will always be an outlier in this situation, and that's Tekashi 6ix9ine. Because Tekashi was on that stand, pointing everybody out, snitching, and nothing has happened to him to this day. And he does have some sort of protective custody, I believe. But I don't think it's as extensive and as, serious as like a Sammy the Bull and the mob and, all that stuff that goes on. So I do think Lil Boosie has some points, but I always look at Tekashi 6ix9ine as the main person when I say, snitching is serious, but I'm like, is it that serious to the streets? Because look at Tekashi. He running around free, still kind of doing whatever he wants. He's making music, traveling the world. He's still flaunting himself all over Instagram. So I don't know. Man, and when I say Lil Boosie was preaching, he was really preaching. Because there's some things I'm like, he ain't lying. Why is it that when someone snitch, they get let back on the streets? And like he said, they get their phone back, so they're all over Instagram, flaunting that they back out in the streets. And it's like everything's just back to normal. But in reality, it's not, because most likely somebody looking to hurt them. Now, for someone like YFN Lucci, you got someone that held it down and, he signed up for that life. So he ain't gonna snitch whether it's his homies or his ops. But I do think it's still crazy that you got people out here like Tekashi 6ix9ine and supposedly Gunna still out here living carefree, living their life. But let us know in the comments what you think. Do you feel like it's kind of odd that the police treat these hip hop cases way differently than they treat the mob? Because these hip hop cases that we've seen, majority of them have to do with RICO charges. The RICO charge was created for the mafia, for the mob. So it is kind of weird that they treat them very separately, and snitches like Sammy the Bull, who's a popular snitch, is treated very, very well by the police. And then you have snitches out here that snitch in all these hip hop cases or these street cases that go kind of public or viral. And, they're kind of just thrown back on the streets or treated like shit because, like Lil Boosie says, they don't care about them. But let us know what you think in the comments. And also remember to like and subscribe.